A month before the SATs, I, Jenny Reed, could see my score. Literally. It was just floating right above my head. Every time I cracked open a prep book, my score would drop by 10 points, but if I skipped school, it jumped right back up. So I played the system. I barely lifted a finger for a month. On test day, the number over my head was a solid 1560. When the scores dropped online, I'd scored a 500. The 1560 was my little sister Patricia's as punishment. My parents got me a night shift job. That first night, strangers cornered me in the parking lot and beat me half to death. Fading out, I heard my sister's voice by my ear. You never figured out I was the one controlling that number over your head. I opened my eyes and I was back. 1 month before the SATs. Hey, my sister said, all fake sweetness. Want to study together? I looked at the practice tests in my hands. Without a word, I pulled out my lighter and set them on fire. I am not studying. My score ticked up to 1310. I caught the sly smile she couldn't hide. She had no idea. The real performance, the one I'd been rehearsing just for her, was finally about to begin. The score above my head was a trap that would detonate if it fell too low. Studying was a death wish. My sister, Patricia, was the one controlling it. I spent the night at a bar, and on my phone's feed from the camera hidden in her room, I watched her celebrate. She is probably out partying. Thrilled her score is going up. She actually thinks she is going to score a 1530. That is my score. Watching her, I let out a cold laugh and killed the feed. She had no idea. I just cracked the code. The real game was about to start. I let the chalk clatter onto the floor of the bar's private room, the walls covered in formulas I'd been studying all night. The score floating above my head hadn't detected a thing. I called my sister. They won't let me leave the bar. I need you to Zelle me some money, now. She sent me $1,500, every last dollar of her savings. With her money, I funded a carefree month of secret prep on exam day. I finally dragged myself home, looking wrecked. The number above my head glowed 1550. My father's slap came out of nowhere. A whole month at some bar. Why even bother taking the test? He kicked me toward my room. You are not going. Dad, she has to take it. My sister panicked. After the grueling exam, my sister skipped out beaming. I aced it. Can we have a big party on score? Release day? Watching her bask in her misplaced glory, a slow smile touched my lips. Get ready, score? Release day? The hotel ballroom was packed. My grandmother had declared that whichever granddaughter got into the better university would inherit her entire stake in the family company, the majority share. My sister Patricia played the victim for the crowd. Jenny spent the whole month before the exam partying. How could she possibly have done well? My father tossed his car keys on a table. If you get into a better university than Patricia, the car is yours. I sneered. Bet the family estate. Finally goated, he announced before everyone. Whichever of my dollars gets into the better university will receive everything, together with my mother's shares. The College Board website went live. My sister stepped forward like a queen. Let me check mine first. A moment later, her score flashed on the giant screen. 1550. The room erupted. My father shot me a look of pure contempt. From now on, you live off your sister's generosity. Patricia shoved a laptop toward me. Your turn. Under everyone's stares, I typed in my information. The screen refreshed. Score. 540. The ridicule was instant. Pathetic. Patricia laughed triumphant. Jenny, on your knees now. When I refused, a bodyguard forced me down. Patricia placed her heel on the side of my face, grinding my cheek into the floor. Patricia, I growled. You will not get into a single top-tier school. Oh, really? She chirped, grabbing my chin and forcing my head toward the ballroom entrance. Then you are going to love this. The admissions officer from Gravman University had just walked in. She leaned down, her whisper a venomous promise. You are going to watch them hand me my acceptance letter. With a final, gloating laugh, she released me and strode toward the officer, the picture of victorious grace. But the moment she reached him, her brilliant smile shattered. The officer spoke, his voice cutting through the silence. Patricia Reed, we need to discuss the serious anomalies in your application and test submission.